Like
the Wednesday show was bad.
It was bad.
It wasn't. I mean, they have a tendency. The go home shows and the comeback shows are always terribly bad.
Yeah.
And they continue that tradition here. So
yeah,
because they brought everything.
And this
back.
was the second one. This was the
second. They brought everything back exactly the way we left it all in.
Right. No, that was
Moxley's still there. The Bucks are still.
They've done 2 shows since All In, both from this venue that seem there's cool parts to it, but also like kind of looks like medieval fucking times, and that kind of sucks. Yeah, but last week they had their new world champion in that 6-man tag against the Death Riders, and then this week they had him open the show against Wheeler Yuta, a Death Rider, and then he does a bunch of heel shit to him at the end of the match and chokes him out, and who's the baby face? And I just. How the Death Riders didn't go away for the rest of 2025, and same with the Bucks.
Make them go for a month or 2 if you're gonna.
At least, no. It should have been for the rest of the year, but it to at least be through because I know Forbidden Door always kind of messes up their mojo a bit with their storylines because they kind of have to get involved with storylines that aren't gonna be within the main canon. But I feel like that would have been a benefit right now of get rid of the Death Riders. We just won't talk or think about them. Do your New Japan stuff through Forbidden Door because that's in 3-4 weeks. And then after that, figure out what you want to have done for your main storyline. Then you go into All Out in September. So which should be, I mean, technically All In's your biggest show, but I still feel like it's just Hangman's not the answer.
They've gotten to the point now where 600 is normal.
That's their norm. Yeah.
And if they get to 7, that's a big deal.
Yup. Because they haven't been, when was the last time they hit 8 as the average?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. And that's the exact point where it's just, when 6 is the average, under 6 is because they had it was either the go home show to All In or the one before they were 588 or whatever. And it's that's under. Yeah. Because
it's getting a little concerning, I would say, if you're
because
they just want TBS just wants the 500,000. That's what they want, and they're getting close to going under that. I was gonna say, certain segments have gone under that.
Yeah, right, exactly. And there's certain people that we've been talking about that seem to be the reason for some of those bad ratings and the reason for some of that trek, but they keep pushing within it. Have they not? I mean, the Bucks are ratings poison. People don't want to watch them, and I can't blame them. And you see it within the numbers.
Yeah, last week they put the Bucks and Moxley back to back, and the ratings dropped 140,000 or something. Amazing.
It sank like a stone.
I don't normally talk ratings, but here we kind of have to make context what's going on. So
yeah. The thing is, we don't have much that we can judge things off of with it. We're kind of stuck with the ratings of those. And I know most, I even talk about too, the ratings only matter to a certain point. But like you said, you got to be seen. If you're being on television is how they're getting their product out there. And you see some of it on, yes, there's Max and streaming, and you can see some of it on YouTube or X or whatever. But the TV is your main outlet, and the TV is what's tied to the streaming. If they want it at 500 and you're well over that by 100 to 200,000, great. But if you're dancing around that and starting to get under it from a company that's literally been hemorrhaging money for 5 years, they could cancel. That's why I care about it. I don't want to see them get canceled, but
I'll never get canceled though. Go somewhere else. I
meant the show canceled on TBS. Oh yeah, no, because
that's gonna happen eventually. But I think so.
Yeah, and I think Tony will just move it to YouTube for a bit and then shop for a deal. But I just don't know why he's been so hogtied himself to WBD. Why is Ring of Honor not on something? Why is it not? What's there? Pluto TV? I know Tubi's got.
He wants everything on TNT and TBS.
I know, but that's just so
because that's where it doesn't matter. That's what he wants.
I know. It's just then stop trying to fight with a company that's a real business. That's where I get upset. if you just were like, hey,
he's been better with that lately. He hasn't gone after him. Yeah,
he has, but he set the minions out, and the world kind of does it on its own. Where Dave's got some excuse in every tweet, and then the minions that are around them do. Now, granted, there's a lot less minions because when they tell you that the numbers are up and things are improving, and you see these houses and see the numbers, you go, no, those aren't better. Like we can count Dave, but it's just if you were just saying, hey, it's a vanity product, we're just having fun, a billionaire spending his cash, okay, great. But they're trying to compete. They're trying to be this challenger brand or whatever they're trying to do. It's just, if they were trying to do that.
Yeah, I'll say one thing about that is they're going to be surpassed by TNA shortly, if not already.
Exactly.
Because that's what's going to end up happening. And then
the moment TNA gets a TV deal, as long as it's on something that is recognizable on a level or has a viable partnership with streaming. Like if there's I don't know, like I keep saying Pluto, because that's the first one I can think of that's like available. But Tubi was willing to take WWE Evolve, which is their developmental of the developmental. You can't tell me they wouldn't have taken Ring of Honor, especially with like Jericho when he was champion of it. They would have. Like if he wanted to make money and make this be a real business, then he would. And if he doesn't, then don't worry about it. Like stop trying to be that way. Because TNA with Carlos Silva, like you talked about multiple times, he's not a wrestling guy. He's a business guy who wants to make this profitable.
There's no wrestling in his background whatsoever. Zero.
And that's amazing because he's bought into it. You can see like he's ringside, he's interacting, he's being a part of this. He's tweeting things. You know what I mean? Like he's not doing a lot of times when somebody from the quote unquote real business world gets involved in wrestling, like, the Pizza Hut guy, Jim Hurd, it goes to shit because they don't know what they're doing and they don't believe in wrestling. Like he clearly, like he might not know what he's doing, but he believes in wrestling and he's asking the right questions. He's working.
Well, here's the thing: he surrounds himself with people that do know. And Tony does that. He surrounds himself with people that know wrestling. However, he's not taking what they're saying into account because Silva obviously is. I mean, it's obvious. You can see
it's clear. Like it's blatantly up. And that's why, at least through Bound for Glory, I'm like, I know people, whatever people are saying about, WWE's cucking TNA. I'm like, I feel like that's where it's supposed to be right now. So that at the end of it, TNA comes out on top and better with a TV deal, and we'll see what happens with it. But I'm excited to watch it with it. It's just when you see this, it's, that like it's inevitable that they're going to end up with a decent TV deal and some sort of streaming. And then what's been your biggest problem? Who sees it? Well, now you'll be able to see it if it's on somewhere that we will get it. And I feel like it's going to happen sooner than later. Like I feel like that might happen for like the fall schedule almost. I mean, NXT started in October of last year on the CW. So, I mean, why couldn't TNA start on somewhere in October of this year? Honestly, I'm excited to see where they go, though. I really am.
Absolutely.
No, I'm going to watch TNA tonight.
Speaking of excited to see where we go, Spaces this week is on our regular time, by the way.
Yes. Yep. Nice. Yep. 8:05 Eastern. Our back to we finally get to have a regular timed episode this week. I know next weekend is SummerSlam. We might not even try to do one that week. We'll figure that out. But yeah, back to the regular time. As far as I know, it'll just be an open mic night unless there's other information there, something comes up. But hey, I think there's going to be a lot to talk about with the fallout from Slammiversary, the passing of Hulk Hogan, and whatever anybody else wants to talk about. We are always happy to.
I kept quiet during that because I'm waiting for confirmation.
That's fine. Hey, either way, whether we have a great conversation with one guest that we love to talk to and then bring people in later, or if we just that's the thing. I just enjoy talking to people and having these conversations because I feel like we've created a world where we can be open and people are willing to give their opinions, and people that might not always in other spaces, because unfortunately most people are dicks. And I feel like rule number one, don't be a dickhead. Just come on. Like, I don't know. But hey, we have a good time with it. We're seeing more subscribers coming through. We're seeing more people come into each space too, whether it's live when we're going on X at 8:05 Eastern, or the replays that I put on YouTube, usually the night of, unless they're 5+ hours long. But hey, we had fun. But yeah, anything else you wanted to talk about or cover here today, my friend?
No, we covered everything.
Perfect. Awesome. I had fun. This was a good time. But yeah, please like, share, subscribe. Talk about it with your friends. Leave a comment. We'll respond. We're very interactive. We like to have a lot of fun. So yeah, just keep tuning in, and we will catch you next time, everybody. Thank you.